Wednesday morning. The squad are starting to fill up the chat. I see you, brothers. Thresholders, it's Wednesday, it's 10 a.m, and this is the Coffee and Memes breakfast show.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes, that's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coffee and Memes breakfast show on Threshold.fm. We are here every morning. I say we, I mean I. I'm here. The chat is filling up. Decent folk, decent, honest, hard-working folk listening on Threshold as well as on the video live stream on Chew. If you want to watch the video live stream, you can go to threshold.fm/watch. And it'll be there to behold. You'll see all the decent folk in there. Ollie, Reese, Squidgy Beats Parsons. Decent folk. Just out for a better way of doing business. Out for a better quality. Better weight staring back from them from the scales, really. A better quality of nutrient density in their chow. A better quality of pegging from their lady wife. Better weight at the pub. Come on. It's Coffee and Memes.
It's appalling.
It's pretty bad. We got some ridiculous shit, quite frankly, today. I mean, it's not like that differs from any other day. There's some weird-ass stuff going on in the world, which we're going to get to. Drunk horses, Kim Kardashian in general, just oh God, jazz hands. Too many jazz hands. Inclusive jazz hands. Untriggering, inclusive jazz hands. You've got a hell of a bunch of records though. Fucking hell. Got some Document One, got some Benny L, got some Break, got some Icicle, got some Spectrasol, got some Caliber, got some Emperor, some Camo and Crooked, some Mephius. Don't know if you've heard of Mephius. He's a producer, makes stuff. I think he uses an Atari. It's a complicated way of going about things, but don't have to make a bass line. You know. Right, got people in the chat. They're requesting Lab Bible stories because they've listened to the show before and they know how it works. Right, let's start off with some bit of Document One. This is a great record. This was on Shogun. Where's it gone? It's called LSD. This is nice. This is a really nice bit of gear. You get lulled into a false sense of security with this little nugget. I was looking through Lad Bible today, and there are typos in the headlines. That's a bit of fun.
For peace. Correspondent Charles Kuralt, who would earn his reputation on the road, takes us down a road less traveled for an extraordinary trip into the human mind.
LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide.
Battle to overcome personal demons. The search for contentment.
There's a news story here about a woman dying after a window pane falls from the top floor of a luxury flat. It's just too savage, though. I'm genuinely shocked by it. This is awful.
LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide.
This is LSD by Document One. It's a beauty. Hell, goddammit, I think this was even a Beatport #1 for a bit. Drum and bass section, obs. It's not likely to be whatever complete and utter trash is out on Spinning Records that week.
LSD, lysergic acid diethylamide.
So just a little shout out to some of the thresholders. If you go to threshold.com/VIP list, there is a list of people that have been kind enough to, lovely enough to donate a small amount of money to help keep Threshold running, help keep the lights on, help keep me in coffee and or memes. Tom Ryan, Reese Mosson, Oliver Hooper, Squidgy Beats Parsons, and Tony Hark, not Tony Hawk, have all been very kind to donate. I'm setting up a Patreon at the moment. I'm about halfway through. I've got to record the video for it, where you sort of beg for cash, really. I think that's roughly how it works. And so people can, help with the running costs because you're all lovely, decent people, and I keep doing this every day to entertain y'all. But if you want to donate, you can through the Chew.tv live stream. There's a little button just below the video that says send gift, and you can send a monetary gift, and I'll put your name on the VIP list on Threshold.fm, and just tell everyone how thoroughly wonderful you are. That's about it really. So right, important news, important dog news. Dogs are much stupider than we thought. New studies find out. I thought dogs were pretty stupid, so this is likely to be a revelation. Dogs are loyal, loving creatures, but they're also dumb as a bag of rocks, scientists have said. Right, okay, so this is first sentence here in this article in the Metro. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that when the scientists did whatever fucking dubious study this is, their conclusion was not... After studying all the findings, we have concluded that dogs are in fact as dumb as a bag of rocks. Dogs aren't, despite what their loving owners might believe, they're not exceptionally clever compared to other animals, researchers found. Many of their unique skills, such as following human pointing, are in fact matched by other species. Whatever. Researchers from the University of Exeter and Canterbury Christ Church University reviewed more than 300 papers on animal brain power. Okay, done a meta-analysis on 300 papers about dogs. Are they good boys or are they bad boys? I think it's worth finding out. The studies compared the cognitive ability of dogs with other domestic animals, social hunters and carnivores such as wolves, bears, lions and hyenas. Yeah, they're all of the same fucking ilk though, aren't they? It's not like they compared dogs to, I don't know, a tortoise or a budgerigar. Professor Stephen Lee of the University of Exeter said the research identified several cases of over-interpretation in favour of the abilities of dogs in studies. Well, the thing is that you're sort of... you're hedging your bets with dogs, aren't you? Because, like, all right, they might not be the sharpest... Perhaps they're slightly less intelligent than wolves. However, they're much less likely to eat your face. I mean, they do sometimes eat faces. Sometimes they're partial to a baby's face. But generally, on the whole, it's a sort of accepted norm that the dog's not supposed to eat your face. Whereas the wolves, the bears, the lions and the hyenas all seem a little bit face-eaty. So you kind of like, all right, well, yeah, they're all kind of, they're all roughly at the same intelligence level. But I think a pet bear is a bad move. During our work, it seemed to us that many studies in dog cognition research set out to prove how clever dogs are. That's poor science. You should not set out to prove a hypothesis. You should just set out to test it one way or t'other. They are often compared to chimpanzees, and whenever dogs win, this gets added to their reputation as something exceptional. Well, they're obviously not as intelligent as chimpanzees, I think. I think even Twisted could tell you that. Yet in each and every case, we found other valid comparison species that do at least as well as dogs in those tasks. They focus on sensory cognition, physical cognition, spatial cognition, social cognition, and being a good boy. Dr. Britta something or other of Christ Church University said dog cognition does not look exceptional, and although they're kind of cute, they do often shit on things when they're not supposed to shit on things. They chew stuff, and they mess around. They bark a bit, sometimes when you're in the car, and they don't realise that the car's a sort of confined metal box thing that doesn't do well to having extremely loud sudden noises in, sometimes causing their owner to want to swerve off the road. They also don't seem to be understanding of the fact that when you go out, you are going to come back again, and that is borderline retarded. Like these scientists are absolutely out of control. We're doing dogs no favours by expecting too much of them. It's not like you're expecting them to talk. Dogs are dogs. Oh, we're giving it the boys will be boys routine. Dogs are dogs. Yeah, cool. Eggs is eggs. And we need to take their needs and true abilities into account when considering how to treat them. Goats, pigs, dolphins and seals and sea lions do at least as well as dogs for following human pointing. Over there. Look at that. Pigs are equally able to identify humans by smell, while sheep, pigeons and chimpanzees can identify humans by their faces. Cats do at least as well as dogs. and identifying humans by their voices. Donkeys, mules, and horses are able to find their way around barriers as dogs. While wolves, raccoons, and hyenas can pull a string to release food. Dolphins, chimps, giant pandas, American badgers, 2 species of bear, and sea otters can use tools at least as well as dogs. Unlike dogs, animals including pigs, pigeons, chimpanzees have the ability to remember what, where, and when of an event. Right. Pigs taste much better, though. They taste the best. Research is published in some fucking journal or other. Well, good times. Bad times for dogs, I guess. Their stock has somewhat gone down after that. I don't see cats getting any higher because they're shits. Well, they sell drugs. Dogs are narcs. Dogs have actually had a bit of a rough ride on this show, I'm going to be honest with you. But they're not doing themselves any favours by consistently narking on people in airports and train stations. So there. Right. This is a bit of Icicle. This is a nice one. It's called Arrows. Right, yeah, how about that? Bit of icicle. Lovely bit of gear. They're in half some just ridiculousness on like, like news and stuff. News? Yeah, we've all seen them, haven't we? We've all seen the newspapers and the news sites. We've seen them. Just a quick scroll down the bloody headlines. British flights won't be allowed to land in Europe if Brexit goes wrong, Juncker warns. That seems unlikely, doesn't it? Like, right, that's it. Sorry, planes. Sorry, people travelling. No more flights to Europe. All flights to Europe are cancelled because of the Brexit, because of Bojo. He's out there rugby tackling kids and he's too busy running through fields of wheat. I'm sorry, no more planes from England landing in Europe because of the Brexit. We've all got to walk now. We've got to walk down the Channel Tunnel. It's a long old way. It's 25, 26 miles. It's half a bloody marathon. Well, it is a marathon. Sorry, that's it. No more planes. Just do me a favour. Prison inmates get Chinese takeaway delivered by drone. That sounds like a bit of fun. See what the lags are up to. Prisoners are believed to have had a Chinese takeaway delivered by a drone after staff found containers in a yard bin. That's ingenuity. That is industriousness at its finest. You would think, I don't know, you would think that if you were going to go to the lengths of having a drone deliver something, you'd at least want it to deliver like some pingers or something, or like, decent better gear, better nose bag in it, better gear in that, or some tabs, big old packet of tabs. I mean, maybe it did as well. Officers in Dublin became suspicious after discovering boxes from a local fast food outlet inside Wheatfield Jail. According to a source, there's no way the prisoners could have got the food into the yard unless they ordered it via drone. Speaking to the Irish Mirror, they said, "There's no other conceivable way a Chinese takeaway could get in a prison other than by drone and that highway. That's what the staff in the jail believe anyway, and that leak. I bet they just get down the grove for a milkshake to compensate. What do you mean Jeff's dead?" The food containers were found about 6 weeks ago. Prison staff were left scratching their heads as to how it got there, and the drone was the only possible explanation. Again, the Metro not proofreading stuff. That should not have been in speech marks. It goes to show in minutes will go at great lengths to get in the one leak. An Irish prison service spokesman said that they had not heard about the delivery. They added that they would be shocked if it was true, as nets cover the yard. Sounds like a bit of a conspiracy, if you ask me. Wrong one. That should be on the X. Sad trombone should be on the S. I think dramatic music is on the X. Maybe that one goes to the D. This could be fun. Just rearranging stuff. That can go on the D. Harry, man, what do you mean you got a like Chinese in the thing? A fucking drone in that lake? Yeah, raj bastard. Alright, look, how about a little bit of it's a bit naughty, this track. It's a little bit naughty, bit fucking rascal, bit digi. Careful with this one. It's Break. It's called Betamax. I have a feeling total science are involved in that as well, like. Howie. Fucking going out to all the Rajies listening up and down the country, like. Parsons in the chat has alerted me to a real ring stinger of a news story, which will come next. And yes, I should start publishing track lists for this. Maybe I'll stick them up on Mixcloud. It does it automatically, I think. Imagine that leak!
Then when you're coming for the future, Scene, yeah, man.
This spicy little number's called Betamax by Break.
Then when you're coming for the future, scene, yeah, man.
That is a spicy bit of gear. I'm into it. I'm a fan. I'm keen. I got the fire of human liberty. Alex Jones, would you care to pass comment?
I know your mustache is cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Dinosaurs don't come from the government.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, all right. I mean, right now. Well, hey, guys. Whoa. Look, let's get into this. Now, I reported on this at the beginning of the year, in fact, on the original Coffee and Memes YouTube show. And it seems like this is not the only time that this has happened. This has been going on for a little while. Mixmag reported on it. A few other outlets reported on it. But Squidgy Beats Parsons, he's pointed me in the right fucking direction for it. Pigeon shot and killed after flying tiny backpack of drugs to prisoners. He had a little backpack on pingers and that all strapped to him like, and he was flying over the wall and they're blowing him out the sky. The bastards. An innocent pigeon. How do you know the pigeon's innocent? You can't... Look, we know that cats sell drugs. We know that dogs are narcs. Pigeons smuggle drugs. That is not an innocent pigeon. That is a pigeon out for a £1 note. You know? He's got bills to pay. He's got kids to feed. You know, they've run out of faggins to eat. He's trying to make a £1 note. He is not innocent. He is complicit. And a quote-unquote innocent pigeon that happened to be taking drugs to prison inmates has been shot and killed. Wrong place at the wrong time, yeah. Oh, I found the drugs. Oh, they belong to my friend. The bird was seen flying into the grounds of the jail in the Argentinian city of Santa Rose, the BBC reported. Officers apparently grew suspicious after seeing the bird flying back and forth into the prison. They decided to investigate by shooting it. The poor wee feathery bastard. It was then discovered that the pigeon was carrying a tiny wee little rucksack filled with sedative pills, cannabis, and a USB drive. I wonder what was on the USB drive. I hazard a guess that it might have been porn. The paper also published a photo of the slain pigeon wearing a small white backpack. Well, the picture that you published is not a small white backpack. It's a small grey backpack. That's a different pigeon. This is the pigeon that I reported on that was in Kuwait. Man, pigeons all around the world are just fucking on the hustle, aren't they? Jesus, this is it's out of control. Animals are out of control. I think we've given animals a bit of a bloody easy ride for a while, and now they're just getting a bit complacent, selling drugs, they're trafficking drugs, they're making out that they're smarter than they are. Dogs are dumb narcs. This is ridiculous. It's not just a problem in Argentina either. Oh, look. After the investigation in 2015, 3 people were arrested with 15 so-called narco pigeons. Hoo-wee! Damn. It's not just a problem in Argentina either. Earlier this year, in May, a pigeon was caught in Kuwait, near the Iraqi border. It was carrying a bird-sized rucksack full of 178 ketamine pingers. Ketamine pills? Probably just pingers, wasn't it? Don't know. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. I haven't got a bloody army of narco pigeons. I'd quite like one. Think that'd be a bit of fun. Get him to just take Pro Plus tablets, wind people up. Right, what have we got up here? There's a whole load more document 1 in there. Probably 2 more. That fucking thing's going to run out of batteries. That's gone. It's out there. That's just out. Okay, let's find it on here. There we are. Bloody hell. All right, look, let's play this Spectra Soul remixed by Caliber. It's called Away With Me. It's lovely. It's a lovely record. Absolutely lovely. If you've got any more stories of animals being pricks, I'd love to read them. Send them over.
She was there if you cared to care. She had her stockings on and straightened up her hair. She did her lips with the tint of magnificence. And you were welcome but did not know the circumstance. She said, I come without a price, and I love you with my life. Leave your thoughts behind, and I'll make this whole.
The Daily Mail story about the dog drug mules is too sad. There's very little humour to be gleaned out of that one.
I'll give you everything, everything, everything. And I'll show you anything, anything, anything.
around the world. Threshold,
Control
Portugal,
me,
all over Great Britain, Bulgaria, Malaysia, Australia,
me,
Poland.
baby.
I see y'all.
Control me, baby. Unfold me, baby. I'll give you everything, everything, everything. I'll show you anything, anything, anything.
That is Spectrasoul. It's called Away With Me, remixed by Caliber. That is a bloody beauty of a record, mate. Right, there's all manner of bloody weird animal stories come through now. Now, look, this is from the HuffPost, so I can't vouch for its credibility. Aggressive mountain goats are thirsting for human pee and sweat. Dirty bastards. The goats are being airlifted away from the Olympic National Park as a result of their weird cravings. Mountain goats at Olympic National Park in Washington have developed such a taste for human urine and sweat that they're starting to cause problems. These thirsty bitches. And now wildlife officials are having them airlifted out of the park and away from the areas where humans roam and pee. I've always liked the idea of just roaming wild, peeing. Maybe just roaming wild, just completely naked and just not even stopping to pee, just having it just flow out of me, just free as the wind, as the air, as nature, and maybe just have a goat just come up and just lap it up, just lap it all up. That's the circle of life. That is nature. It's not actually the sweat and pee that the goats are after, but what's inside it. At the park's Mountain Goat Management Plan noted. Mountain goats can be a nuisance along the trails and around wilderness campsites, where they persistently seek salt and minerals from human urine, packs, and sweat on clothing. They often paw and dig areas on the ground where hikers have urinated or disposed of cooking wastewater. The goats were introduced to the area that would eventually become the park about a century ago. Newcomers, are you? Yeah. These goat immigrants, aren't they? Coming over here, eh? Coming into our national parks, drinking our piss, taking our women and our jobs. But in recent years, their aggressiveness has become a serious problem. These goats. They're bloody stealing our wives and kicking people on the tram system. Just headbutting people, aren't they? They're out there drinking piss and headbutting. They're a menace. The bloody Brexit can't come soon enough. We need a goat Brexit. The Telegraph reported that one hiker bled to death in 2010 after being attacked by a goat. Yeah, that's about a rough way to go. The animal had stalked the hiker for more than a mile. That goat sounds like a proper arsehole. An absolute dick. At least 375 goats will be airlifted to forests in the north. You'd be razzed off if you were that goat. You're just out there, just hustling on the daily grind, walking up and down hills, looking for piss and sweat. Next thing you know, you've been scooped up by some bloody do-gooder nature park motherfucker. airlifted out of there, you wouldn't be impressed. I'd be razzed off. I'd be straight down the council after that, complaining. With between 275 and 325 others possibly killed in the coming years to further reduce the population. Well, you fucked up on that one, guys, didn't you? Of the 115 goats captured so far, 98 were pissed off about it. Oh, it's good to survey the goats. They've made it to their new... Oh, dear. 98 made it to their new home, 8 died, 3 were euthanised, 6 were sent to a wildlife park, per the Associated Press. This is not going well for these goats. This is an absolute goaty shit show, isn't it? As far as... so far, they all seem to be doing well, apart from the ones that died, obviously. Should be a fairly easy transition. Again, apart from for the ones that died. The operation will resume next year. Well, I'm keen to get updates on that. When was this written? Oh, this is from yesterday. Or day before. Well, we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you all updated on this absolute goat clusterfuck. This fucking Billy Goat's Omni shambles. And, yeah, I don't know if I've got any goat-themed drum and bass. As far as I know, no. Let's have some inside info. I mean, that's as close to goat drum and bass as you're ever likely to get, I would say. For all of y'all listening all around the world, if you'd be so kind as to share this little radio stream on your social media sites, that would be super wonderful. I'll be ever so grateful. Perhaps a little retweet or a bit of that fine Facebook action. Or share it on that there Bebo.
The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. Conformity. Conformity is not cowardice. It is conformity.
Don't be afraid to share the link on your Friends Reunited page. Do a group message on MySpace. MySpace is still going. Imagine that. Imagine working there.
Conformity. Is not cowardice. It is conformity. The opposite of courage in our society is not cowardice. It is conformity. He is no more from this.
Inside info with conformity. That's a nice bit of gear, that. I'm a fan. It's rapidly becoming a fucking catchphrase, isn't it? Right, go on, more fucking retarded animal news. Dolphins can get high on pufferfish, says Nature Show. Alright. Adventurous eaters may get a rush out of flirting with death by eating a piece of pufferfish, but dolphins may experience something completely different. Filmmakers at John Downer Productions recorded the dolphins snacking on the pufferfish and quite frankly passing it around like a Woodstock doobie. Passing it around like an enthusiastic late teen at an orgy. Long story short on this, it does seem that the dolphins are into getting these pufferfish, getting a little bit of the toxic shit out of it and just razzing themselves up on it and going and sort of looking at their reflection in the surface and basically going into some kind of dolphin K-hole, and they pass it round like a Woodstock doobie. Yeah, Lord of mercy. Christy Wilcox, author of Discover's Science Sushi blog and a graduate student at the University of Hawaii, said that while dolphins were curious animals, she found it hard to believe that they were chasing fish for a high. Dolphins are nutcases. They like buggering humans, getting high. They're really into scratch cards. They have terrible gambling addictions. They drive drunk. And they don't pay for their Netflix accounts. They actually just keep the login that is actually technically their ex-girlfriend's. So they're scumbags. They're subhuman scum. Dolphins. They shouldn't be trusted. Don't lend them money because they will spend it on scratch cards and confectionery. And just stay out of their way, basically. If one comes to you asking for a job, claiming that they have qualifications, they don't. Because obviously you can't get a qualification as a dolphin. Just it doesn't work like that. So if say you run an IT company or something, some sort of office-based work, and a dolphin comes in for an interview and he's all like, just no. He's trying to get money. He's trying to embezzle money out of you for scratch cards. Just ignore him, or I don't know, throw a pufferfish out the window and he'll go down there, chase it, and get it. But just don't buy into the dolphin lies. Basically, just they're all in cahoots, and they're scum. Basically, they're scum. And you know that's that. All right, let's have a little look at what else have we got. That's enough. Actually, look, I have got more animal news. There's loads more animal news. Actually, look, let's play Kazra Greed. Kazra and Eni, I should add, Inside the Box EP on Surprise Surprise Critical. Play quite a lot of critical stuff. Seems to have the right sort of vibe for this time in the morning. Like, it's hard, it's not too hard. Cam in the chat saying that the dolphins near him sell low standard whitebait. There you go. Thanks, Graham, for the video of the dolphin masturbating with a dead fish. That's lovely stuff. Cheers for that. You're listening to the audio stream and you want to watch the video live stream, just go to threshold.fm/watch. And that shit's embedded into the goddamn website. Imagine that. That's Kazra and Eni. It's a nice track. It's called Greed. I like it. I give it 8 out of 10. I think that's fair, isn't it? Right. Hold your horses. Penguin shortage. Zoo forced to use plastic penguins after nationwide shortage. Gutting. Absolutely gutting. There's even a picture of a child looking at these plastic penguins, and that child, you can tell, is not impressed. A zoo has been forced to use fake plastic penguins. Sounds like it could be a new Radiohead song. In its £60,000 new enclosure due to a nationwide shortage of the animals. Telford Exotic Zoo in Shropshire opened their ambitious new penguin exhibit in anticipation of welcoming a batch of Humboldt penguins. The zoo even sent staff on a penguin keeper course so that they could be prepared for the new animals. Imagine that. You spend 60 grand on your penguin thing, and you actually send your staff on a penguin training course in anticipation of the arrival of some penguins. I'd have never guessed. Moron. But now, after months of preparation, keepers have been told the penguins will not be arriving because of a national outbreak of avian malaria. That sounds rough. Zoo owner Scott Adams, not that one, 35, said that you're 35 and you own a zoo. That's not bad. Cool. Good work, brother. Good work, brother. Shout out Scott Adams each and every. He said he still had no idea when the penguins would be arriving, if ever. And so has been forced to instead stock the pool with 6 plastic models. They're shit as well. They don't look real in any by any stretch of the imagination. Scott said part of our plans for expansions were that we were to build a penguin enclosure. Everyone has been very excited as the plans have come together. This is the biggest and most expensive project we've done. Cost nearly 60 grand, which for a small community zoo is a big investment. The staff have been on penguin keeper courses and are ready to welcome them. We were doing our best to make sure no gay penguins come in and try and steal the penguin chicks. But hey, what can you do? But since we began the process, avian malaria has struck in the UK. It took a lot of zoos by surprise and wiped out a lot of penguins. That's very sad. We're using plastic models so children can see and learn about them until the penguins arrive. but there's been widespread crying, screaming and shouting by the children, and frankly everyone's gutted. Penguin shortage, man, that is rough. Yeah, look, where are we? Okay, yeah, CCTV footage captures runaway horse charging through bar. Okay, so horses are drunk as well. Great. Oh, this is a common theme, actually. Horses do have a tendency to eat rotten apples and get pissed up and just start rolling around, frolicking in the pastures, whinnying and all of that bloody caper. But anyway, some sort of... oh, yeah, look, it's of course, the horse walks into a bar connotations. Let's have a little nose up on this video. Come on, Lad Bible, don't let me down. So there's a bar. It just looks like a normal bar. Now people are running. They're running. A horse is in the bar. A horse is in the bar. It's kicking its legs. People have managed to get out of the way in time. Yep, now it's running back. There's some whinnying. Okay, it's finished. Yeah, wow. That's not really what you're expecting. This is in Paris. Customers were enjoying a refreshing beverage when a massive horse came barging in. Turns out the real-life version of a joke is as follows. A horse walks into a bar and everyone runs for their life. To be fair, though, the horse didn't exactly stroll in as though she'd been about to order a house white. Instead, the animal dashes in, bucking and kicking over chairs. She's come in there like Cardi B. Throwing chairs around, throwing furniture recklessly. Reckless endangerment into bloody people's legs and feet. I think this horse should go and turn itself in. Maybe this horse and Cardi B need to go on some sort of like anger management course. Stop bloody throwing furniture around, hurting people's legs. It's an outrage. It's an absolute outrage. All right, a little bit of Emperor now would be nice. This is Emperor. It's called She Said. Most complicated music, Emperor. I'm a fan. I like it. Maybe he's a complicated guy. I don't know. Maybe he speaks in complicated language, uses complicated words. Maybe he's a complicated lover. Maybe he has a complex relationship with his missus. I don't know. Could be gay. Who knows? I shouldn't assume. If anyone knows of any other complexities involving Emperor, please do get in touch. Usual address. Chat on Chew TV has just turned into the posting of increasingly gross animal videos. I'm glad to be a conduit for that sort of thing. Like I said, the problem with looking for funny news is that you have to look through all the dark news as well. Man goes on rampage shouting, "I'll kill you all," with a 12-inch knife at Hackney Central. Oh, I'm so glad I moved to London. Just part and parcel. It is 11:02 in the morning and you are listening to Threshold.fm. This is High Ranking with the Coffee and Memes Breakfast Show, and we're looking at some of the most hilarious and wacky and zany and kooky news stories from around the world. Now, sex bots seem to be a thing these days. Have you used one? Do you know one? Get in touch with the show. We'd love to hear from you. You can use the Twitter, you can use the Chew TV. Honestly, we'll take emails. Just fucking get in contact with us, please. I'm going to kill myself. Yeah, there is some sex bot news, though. God. First tester made love to sex robots so furiously, it actually broke. Fucking hell. This is the future millennials want. I'm telling you. Oh, my God. Opening line of this. That's what Matt wanted to do. Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. All right. I'll take a step back. This is. I should have assumed this is going to be clickbaity. That's what Matt wanted me to do. Knock her around, says one of the first testers of artificially intelligent sex robot Harmony. All right. So they're stress testing it. This is so awful. Oh my God. Brick Dollbanger, not his real name, obviously, revealed that he had sex with the £8,000 love machine with such fury that he actually knocked her senseless, and the robot had to be repaired. Dollbanger said, "Having sex with Harmony, I broke Harmony. I kind of knocked her senseless, mechanically. This is grim. I mean, I didn't really do anything to the AI, but gear-wise, well, I knocked the gears loose." Dollbanger, who tests robots for real botics, told Forbes that CEO Matt McMullen, not to be confused with WordPress's Matt Mullenweg, said, "I want a normal experience. We want to find out where the weaknesses are." How is that a normal experience? You shouldn't be knocking them about. You shouldn't be knocking sex robots about. Don't knock women around. Don't knock guys around. Stop knocking people about while you're having sex. Just normal, missionary, no eye contact. Just, quiet, just a steady pace, not too fast, not too slow, just rhythmic, emotionless sex. That's what people should be having. Very utilitarian lovemaking. Oh, not knocking sex robots around. Just forget. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. Harmony has now been returned to the workshop to be rebuilt. Imagine having to rebuild that robot. I guess you're in the bloody sex robot trade, aren't you? You're obviously a bit bloody wrong, but so how did the testing go? Yeah, well, he knocked it around and now it's fucked. Oh, great. Well, I suppose I'll get round to fixing that. Has he given it a wipe, at least? No. Dollbanger has not. Oh, God. Dollbanger is a divorced man in his 50s who turned to sex dolls and was contacted by CEO Matt McMullen to test the robot. Dollbanger spends evenings talking to the doll before getting down to frenzied, destructive lovemaking with a lifeless, latex-skinned machine. You know what? Harmony, the love doll, looks like when girls use that Facetune app too much on their Instagram pictures. That's what they look like. They look like sex dolls, and maybe that is what millennials want. I don't know. I'm not sure I want to know. Dollbanger said, "It was so funny because in the beginning, the sexual aspect never entered into the question. What I thought was I'm going to get a Robbie the robot. I was going to get my own robot companion, like Lost in Space." Sex robot creator Matt revealed earlier this year that his company are putting the finishing touches to how Harmony will respond in the bedroom. It's all driven by a motion sensor inside the robot's head that will detect the movements of sex and respond with appropriate noises and encouragement. Fucking hell. That's encouragement from a sex robot. McMullen said, "The app will talk to the headboard and the sensory input for the robot, which will be able to detect motion and movement. She can tell when she's laying down and when she's shimmying and shaking and respond with noises. She will be able to deliver a truly mind-blowing experience when it comes to intimacy." I sort of want to get Dollbanger on the show, but also I don't want to be anywhere near him, even if he's in another country and the only connection is through Skype. Yeah. He sounds like a truly terrifying individual. Actually, I want nothing to do with him. Let's have Camo and Crooked Menace Mephius remix. This is a monstrous record, so be prepared. Be prepared. If you are tempted to knock about a sex robot, just fucking don't. Alright? I'll find you. Maybe sex robots are going to start having robot pimps. Once we've got robot pimps, then the world has really taken a dark turn. It's tough out there for a pimp. Ain't easy. See y'all listening around the world. Australia crew, Bulgarian crew, Hungary crew, UK crew, Portugal crew. I see you. Reese, I'm very sorry for misspelling your name on the VIP list. 1,000 apologies. May your children be blessed for 7 generations. It has been fixed. That's a Mephius remix of Menace by Camo and or Crooked from the Between the Lines album. Did a load of remixes on there. It's 19 or fucking something like that. Decent bit of gear. One of the bad words said against it. So let's just all get on with our lives. Dealers are using Instagram to sell drugs, and Facebook has vowed to launch a clampdown. I don't think they give a fuck. Don't think they're bothered. I think Zuckerberg, he likes drugs. He hates drum and bass. I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, when you think about it, this is ridiculous. People are selling drugs. They're doing it wide out in the open. Not only that, but when you start following one drug dealer, other drug dealers come up in Instagram's recommendations. That's all just going on. And they're pulling my bloody live streams for playing an 18-year-old vinyl. It's broken Britain. The whole world's gone mad. It's political correctness gone mad. It's a health and safety nightmare. It's I don't know. It's the insanity of social justice. I don't know what I'm talking about. Dealers are using Instagram to sell hard drugs, and Facebook has promised to stop them. The photo-based social network is allegedly seen as an open marketplace for crooks to sell their wares, with criminals using it to advertise addictive chemicals like OxyContin. An investigation has found thousands of posts advertising hard drugs. Once a user has followed one of the accounts, Jasper Hamill, you plum, one of the accounts peddling illegal substances, they're reportedly shown other sellers by Instagram's recommendation algorithms. Now Instagram has vowed to make sure dealers can't ply their trade on the platform. Facebook's Vice President for Global Marketing Solutions, Carolyn Everson, told the Washington Post, "We're not yet sophisticated enough to tease apart every post to see if it's trying to sell someone illegal drugs or bug them, or they're just taking Xanax to see what, because they're stressed out and that. So, like, we can't tell whether or not someone's selling a pinger, whether or not they're talking about taking a pinger, or if they actually are a pinger. Obviously, there is some stuff that gets through that is totally against our policies, but we're getting better at it. Artificial intelligence will be used to distinguish between posts discussing illegal substances and adverts for actual drugs. We've made progress in the fight against illicit drug sales on our platforms, but we have more to do. We're committed to making sure we do everything we can, but at the moment we're busy pulling down Rankin's live streams because we hate him because he's a smug, self-righteous prick. Oh. It's gutting. We don't like the way he sits on his smug, centrist high horse, rolling his eyes at everybody, thinking that he is in some way above shit. Right, great. Although we appreciate his selection of drum and bass, we're just using it as a stick to beat him with because we think he's a numpty. God, they've really chosen to go in hard on me on that. I'm not sure a fan. We actually like his tune selection, and we like his outfits. We think his moustache is okay, but I'm afraid it is his personality that really razzes us off. Everyone at Facebook has agreed, especially since he's lost the weight, that he is a smug twat. Fine. All right, fine. I'm just a guy in a room on his own, talking to people on the internet, trying to do his best. But, you know, what can I do? Hey, look, how about this? Look, I've got a new Kirill tune for you. After the endless bumming off of this, that's out now on Critical, here's another track of his called Minimal Instinct. That is really good. And I don't know if I like it as much, but I do really like it. Big up our Ben Wilson, who actually his message I need to reply to on Instagram. I haven't forgotten. I'm not ignoring you. Some excellent meme action on Twitter from about the other Kirill tune. Called Minimal Instinct. It's by Kirill. It's it's really good. Hey, but it's no this, is it? Come on. With the bongos. Anyway, I posted the link to the meme in the Chew chat for anyone that's there. I think the lads are going to go pretty fucking mental for that one. Oh, God. What have these wacky scientists been saying? There's more of these wacky scientists. Now that's the Penguin story again. Manchester Students' Union bans clapping. Says that jazz hands should be used instead. Oh, I don't even have the energy to go into that one. Look, this is the real news of the day. This is the real top-notch news. Workmen discover huge vintage porn stash during house clearance in Bristol. That is the motherlode, isn't it? That is every young boy's dream really come to life. That you just, you're working away in a house, maybe you're pulling up some floorboards, and then suddenly staring out at you, a little bit like the suitcase in Pulp Fiction, or a bit like when they open the lid of the Ark in Indiana Jones and the Lost Ark. You just find the motherlode of vintage pornos. Whoo! Imagine the scene. You're trying to clear out a house, but you just can't shift a bed. It's too heavy, so you decide to dismantle it slightly. But in doing so, you uncover a secret hidden time capsule from the past. That's not exactly what happened to one group of workmen in Somerset, but they did find a shitload of porno mags. All right, thanks Tom Woods for reporting for Lab Bible. Yes, Carl Haller and the rest of the folk from salvage firm Frome Reclamation made a discovery of a load of antiqued nudie magazines while working on a house in Bristol. There's a picture of him with all the nudie mags. They look like quite sort of classy nudie mags. They're quite sort of conservative on their covers. I don't even think there are any nipples out. There's some bare botties. A few ladies with bare botties, but no freeing of nipple. Some copies of Men's World, Mayfair, drum and bass DJs' wives, and Razzle. A hell of a lot. The very surprised Mr. Haller, who can be spotted in the picture trying not to look too happy about his find, said, when we did cut the drawers off, there were hundreds of pristine porn mags from the 60s to the present day that were under the bed. It looks like they've only put the older ones in the picture then, presumably, because I imagine the up-to-date ones just get pretty narky, don't they? They had weighed down the bed. That's why we couldn't move it. Wow! He had so much porn under his bed that they couldn't move the bed. That's incredible. Wow, that really is a dream, isn't it? God. And he's just getting stuck into it, not even wearing gloves. The magazines aren't all collector's items. Some of them were a bit more modern. They're all pure, unadulterated filth, mind. Whoever owned them before really liked their porn. God. Incredible. Yeah, that is the motherlode. I do remember when I was living in Berlin, they have this is just how sort of in the past Berlin are. Well, for a start, they have video shops still. That's a sort of a sign of the past. But they also have quite extensive porn sections in the video shops there. It's not like the little bloody tiny little above the till section that you would get in a normal UK video shop with things like Tepid Housewives Volume 6 or Lacklustered Marital Munching 7, something like that. They've got the real shit, the real hard bloody the sort of stuff that would make a 60-year-old King's Cross prosy wince in disgust. That sort of stuff. They've got it in a special section that has actually has like saloon doors to get through into it, so you can just sort of bowl through, or with your balls all brassy, into the porn section, which is kind of like a sort of it's like a kind of wanker's walk-in wardrobe, and they've got them all there, really, yeah. God, yeah, I think you have to handle them with special gloves or something because they're so, the Eastern European numbers, Yeah. Ugh. Right, something that's been recommended to me is someone called Mohican Sun. But the song, the drum and bass song that was recommended by Ben on Twitter doesn't seem to be available, or I haven't looked hard enough. So let's just go out on a limb and play something I've never heard before. It's called "Don't Wait." That sounds okay so far.
Don't wait for me. Don't wait for me. Go away. Don't hold your
Reese in the chat has mentioned that doing jazz hands instead of clapping is being ableist towards blind people. I did think that. How are blind people? I mean, I can't think of anything more unsettling than a room full of people doing jazz hands if you're blind. Like, you can tell something's going on, but not quite what. It'd be weird. You can't please everyone all the time. I think we can all agree on that. Rankin, get Stenchman to do a show on Threshold. That's not a bad idea. We've got to fight him first.
Don't call my name. Please don't call my name. Go away. The man you love is dead. Don't wait for me. Please don't hold your breath. Go away. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, that's a really, really nice record. I'm glad I played that. It's called Don't Wait by Mohican Sun. Not sure what label it's on. Potentially Critical, is it on? No, Integral Records. Yeah, nice work. Lovely, good recommendation from Ben Wilson. He's a good boy. He's a brave boy. He knows what's what. He's just out there for a better quality of liquid drum and bass. And why the fuck not? Few things to mention. Threshold.fm. We're now very proud to... Fucking hell, the fire alarm's going off. Well, we'll see about that. That at 8 o'clock every Thursday now, Scientific brings his legendary Scientific FM podcast to Threshold. So you can tune in at 8 o'clock this Thursday. That's tomorrow at 8 p.m. to listen to Scientific FM on Threshold. So that's nice, isn't it? That's a bit of fun. Also, there was, we got Rankins Records tomorrow at 3 with a big hope that it's going to be less shambolic than last week because of Facebook. They pushed me over the edge, basically, last week. That was that. And also, what will be fun is having a meeting soon with Livestream in order to look at an even better solution than Chew, so that we will be able to have a somewhat better quality of embedding and a higher quality of stream, of audio stream and video stream, and also embed it into an app. So that would be nice. Setting up Patreon, so that will hopefully be up in the next couple of days, maybe even up tonight. I don't know how long it takes them to review it. The fire alarm is still going off. And the more that I think about it, I should probably leave the building. So I think this is probably the end of the show. But thank you all very much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m, provided that the whole studio, they are trying to get people out. I'm going to have to go. Thank you. I love you all very dearly. Okay, goodbye. Fucking hell.